I got hit with like a sudden bout of depression this afternoon. And it was for no particular reason. Just hit me. I've had plenty of problems over the past, 6, 9 months, honestly. And it's kind of been back and forth, but things have been looking up lately. And nothing happened today that was bad, but it just kind of hit me. And I kind of wanted to talk about that. I've had some really deep, dark depressions in my life, some dark times, and I've kind of just had to claw my way out of a deep hole many times. And you see a lot of people dealing with it in many different ways. And I'm not knocking anybody's way that they deal with their depression. But I kind of think therapy is bullshit. I don't think it's a replacement for God or your own abilities to heal yourself. I don't think other people can heal you emotionally. I think that being around them can mask the bad emotions that you have. But, and I'm not saying that talking to a therapist doesn't help, at least for some people. But this kind of ties into an earlier video that I did, that no one is a true expert on human emotions, life, or relationships, anything like that. Because everyone is so different and no one knows the thoughts that are going on inside another person's head, honestly. Even the people that know me best in the world still don't know all the thoughts that go on in my head. I could tell them some stuff, but do they really understand even if I tell them? Does it really translate? I don't know. But I thought this was an interesting moment to kind of show, maybe a ton of people will see this, maybe nobody will see it, but I'm no professional at dealing with even my own depression. But one thing I do know is that you always have to fight through it no matter what. Unless you're trying to punch your card and be done, which many people have done, and I've known quite a few people that have taken their own life. And I mean, people will say that's selfish and or the coward's way out or whatever, and coward's way out. I don't know, man. Like, you can act like you're not afraid of death, but like, are you really not afraid of death? Because we don't know what's on the other side. We hope it's heaven, but we don't know what's on the other side of this thing. And I think suicide is not the coward's way out. I think it's actually pretty fucking scary, because I'm not saying I thought about it today, because I don't, but in the past when I have, I was honestly scared to do it. And the closer you are to that thought, at least for me, it was terrifying, because you don't know what's on the other side or what's going to happen after that. And hell could be, it might not even be burning in an eternal fire with Satan forever. It could be way worse. What if you came back as a housefly every day, and that's what hell is? What if you came back as a housefly every day in the house that your family lives in, and your dad or your sister or your girlfriend or wife swats you and kills you every day, and it's like Groundhog Day? What if that's what hell is? What if hell is you're just like perpetually awake in a coffin, starving to death, but you never die because you're already dead, and you're just stuck in a box? That would be pretty bad. I don't want to get too dark here. I'm just saying, I don't think people need to go to therapy. I think they need to find God within themselves. And like I said, when I feel, and this didn't even happen today, I just got like a bout of depression today. And I was a little sad. I was thinking about someone that is still in my life, but I'm no longer with, and I just kind of got sad about it because, you know, losing someone is bad, but also losing what you had with somebody is bad too. And that's not the only reason why I was depressed. That just kind of came after I already was depressed, and I just started thinking about other bad shit. And I was just like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? And I'm fully aware of what I have to do to fix myself when I get like this, but it's actually doing it that's the hard part. When I was super depressed in the past, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't go to the grocery store. I grew up with this girl that we were never official, but we saw each other throughout my 20s when I was home from the Marine Corps and when I was out. And there was a period of time, well, she had been out of my life for a while. And there was a period of time where we didn't talk. And then my best friend died in a motorcycle wreck. Somebody that I grew up with, but also we served together at one point. And he tragically died in a motorcycle wreck 11 years ago. His girlfriend died too. It was very tragic and sudden. And when someone that close to you dies, it's interesting what happens. Like that old saying, like you find out who your friends are. You really do. And when that happened, a lot of people that I hadn't spoke to in a long time came out of the woodwork and came to my aid to make sure I was okay, because they knew how close him and I were. And she was one of them. The last thing that she had said to me, probably like a year or so prior to that, was, you know, fuck off, basically. And I was a mess. I mean, I talked to him. I used to work at this quarry. I was driving a concrete mixer. He used to drive dump trucks. I ran into him at the quarry. The day before he died, we had a brief conversation. He was talking about his new motorcycle. He bought a BMW 1000R. Talking about his new girlfriend, the one that died with him. And then they both died on that motorcycle the next night. And this girl that I had been a little bit estranged from, she just came back just for that time. I was drinking a lot, wouldn't get out of bed, you know, just crushing whiskey. And she came and kind of picked me up off the floor, literally and figuratively, and took care of me. And we had quite a bit of sex too at that time. And she helped me, and a lot of people came out of the woodwork and helped me, but it was really on me to fix myself after that happened. And it's interesting because someone dying that you're really close to is a horrible thing. It hurts so bad when it happens, and it feels like a nightmare. And when you know they're actually dead, you don't know how you're going to get through it. But what I found is you can almost get over someone dying faster than you can with a serious relationship ending. And obviously it's more serious if somebody dies. But a relationship ending is like the death of someone that's still alive. They're dead to you. And I don't want this video to sound completely doom and gloom, because I'm feeling better now. I just wanted to put it out there for anybody that's watching or listening or whatever, that you can get through anything that you want to get through. And you know you can, deep down in your heart. No one can tell you how to do it. No one can really help you. They can be there for you. And you remember that too in the future, that somebody was there for you, and you give it back to them when they need it too. Don't ever forget who was there for you in your darkest moments, because those people are the ones that may need you one day too. There's friends that I don't even talk to anymore, that if it honestly came down to it, because of our past and how much shit we've been through together, I'd still take a bullet for them. And then there's, a couple people that did me dirty that I would never speak to again. And I don't know, it's just interesting. I don't wish them any harm or ill will, but you're no longer in my life anymore. So dealing with depression is on you. If you're a man and you go cry to a therapist, do you feel like a man afterwards? It's okay to cry, but crying to somebody that has a degree isn't going to make you whole again. And SSRIs and whatever else, that shit is not going to make you whole again. People talk about a chemical imbalance. People that take SSRIs for 20 years are still depressed. You got to fix your soul. You got to go on a pilgrimage somewhere. You got to go find yourself again and come back. I've done it. I remember at the end of a relationship, at one point, I went over the road in a truck. I was just wandering around the West by myself, miserable and depressed, thinking about her. This is 12 years ago. And I spent time in the desert, and I remember I was in Wyoming for like 4 days, and it just felt like an endless 4 days. And I was thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. And I was listening to this 9 Inch Nails album that had come out that year. It was called Hesitation Marks. And I just always tie, whenever it comes on Apple Music or whatever, I always remember those times in Wyoming just driving. I remember driving by ranches where it took me 2 hours to get past the ranch. That's how big the ranches are out there. I mean, they're big out here too. But I did heal eventually. It may take a long time. Buckle up. You're just going to have to fight through it no matter what. Anyway, just a little insight on depression. And you're not alone in your depression. You're not alone. Everybody has their moments. Some people just, nah, I'm good. Maybe they don't have any real genuine feelings or depth or something, and they can just get out of it. And maybe that's healthier, honestly, for relationships and for work and just everything. Because shit that has happened to me has affected my life down the road for longer than it should have. Because I got to go through my cycle of emotions, and other people's cycles of emotions are shorter. Some are longer, you know. You got the hand you're dealt. So if you're depressed, find your way out of that hole. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.